When meeting with homeowners, what we typically find most common is they have dry rot, termites, or just old weathered wood that is 60, 70, 80 years old. It's been painted many, many times. And it comes to a point where the painting no longer properly adheres. They've tried primer, they've tried paint. No matter what they do, the paint doesn't stick. So they're looking for a long-term solution that currently is no longer available with their existing wood siding. So in those situations, clients will elect to upgrade from old, tired wood that has dry rot, termites, and move to James Hardie siding. For clients that don't proceed, what winds up happening is the wood gets not only worse, but there's water penetration. Meaning, once we do our demolition and remove the old wood siding, we will find dry rot, mold, mildew, and then there's even more expensive repairs that need to be done to properly create a safe, weatherproof environment for their homeowners. I'm currently standing outside a home that we did. And this home had existing wood siding. And the previous owner scraped, sand, patched, primed, and painted for 50 plus years. The reality of it is, when the new homeowner purchased the home and wanted to do siding replacement, we did our demolition, and it became known very quickly that due to maintenance that was not done, so we call that deferred maintenance, meaning they elected to take a less expensive approach and paint versus replace, that when we opened up the walls, we found they did not only was their existing weatherproof paper destroyed, which led to they had plywood and OSB that was rotted. So as a result of deferred maintenance, not only were we replacing the siding, we had to replace their OSB. Beyond replacing their OSB or sheathing, they had some structural damage. They had termites, all a result of not properly maintaining the existing condition of their home. Now, they would have painted their home every 5 to 7 years. It's very possible this would not have happened. But due to deferred maintenance, or arguably no maintenance, they had water infiltration. It wasn't substantial water infiltration, so they were not aware that there was water damage. The water never came through to the inside of their home because water had to penetrate through their existing siding, through their existing paper, through their existing plywood, and make its way through their existing drywall. There was not enough water infiltration to lead to that. When we demoed, we found all these problems. And so it became a much more expensive repair that could have been avoided if this repairs were done sooner. So siding, James Hardie siding has a 30-year manufacturer warranty. And it will not be dramatically affected outside of a minute amount of fading through that 30-year time frame. However, with traditional regular wood siding, look, back in the day, wood siding was a product that could last 50, 60, 70, 80. We've done jobs where the homes were 100 years old. The problem is deferred maintenance. So wood is a great product until it gets affected by our least favorite friend, termites. And in the Southern California world, there are termites and there are lots of them. And once they spread, it dilapidates, destroys not only wood, but the wood framing. So it's paramount that if a homeowner is not properly tenting, is not properly maintaining, the appropriate solution is to remove the wood siding, to go to James Hardie siding, because not only is it Class A fire rated and non-combustible, it's termite resistant, dry rot resistant, woodpecker resistant. With James Hardie siding, you eliminate the problems that a traditional homeowner has with wood siding, which is constant maintenance, which is very expensive, deferred maintenance, which is traditionally what most people do because the appropriate maintenance is too expensive, and then it leads to excessive damage from sun, from water. Conceptually, sun damages wood siding in combination with termites, but the sun damages it, and then the water exposes the problem. So a lot of my clients will defer their maintenance because it doesn't rain that much in Southern California. So they take the attitude and the thought, well, my siding's not leaking. My siding doesn't look weathered. Yeah, there's peeling paint. There's a little bit of dry rot, but I can delay. And then it rains, and they have what I call the uh-oh moment. And the uh-oh moment is, oi, I didn't know. My siding is dilapidated. I'm having water infiltration. I didn't realize that dry rot from 3 years ago is getting worse. I always joke around with clients, 7 years ago, I didn't have gray hair on the side of my head. It just happens. And if you don't take care of wood rot, if you don't take care of your termites, every year it gets worse and worse and worse until it's too late. And not only do you have to replace your siding, but now you're replacing your drywall inside your home. You're replacing your wood flooring. So I tell clients, when you see signs of the sun damaging siding, when you see signs of water causing your wood to be soft, to be blistering, to be alligatoring, to be peeling, it's time to call Approved Contractor, have us come out and visit to assess, is this a problem that can be resolved with scraping, sanding, patching, priming, and a premium elastomeric coating, another service we offer? Or is it past the point of painting and coating and it's time for replacement? Approved Contractor, we are the best. And I'm not just saying that because I'm the owner and I believe in my company and I believe in the foundation of my family owned and operated business for over 15 years. We believe in a very simplistic process, but a very important process. And that starts with scheduling the appointment. I have 3 full-time office people that are dedicated to making sure each homeowner has a great experience from start to finish. So we ask questions. We provide answers. We schedule an appointment. We confirm the appointment. We show up on time to the appointment. And then we ask detailed questions as to why we're here. What are your goals and objectives? This is one thing that makes us different from the competition, simply because we want to know why. Why are we here, and what are you, the homeowner, looking to accomplish? Then we do what a lot of contractors aren't good at, and that's called listen. We want you to tell us what we can do to solve your problem. If you don't know what the problem is, we will help identify it for you. When it gets to the installation process, what makes us different is we follow the James Hardie Best Practices Handbook. That's the rule book of here is the right way to do it. We know we're not smarter, we're not better than the largest manufacturer of fiber cement siding in the world, James Hardie. What we do know is we know how to follow the rule book. They will tell us to use James Hardie wrap, the weatherproof barrier, to use James Hardie seam tape, the tape that seals each individual piece of James Hardie weatherproof paper. We use James Hardie trim, James Hardie siding, OSI Quadmax caulking, which is the approved caulking for James Hardie. We follow a system from start to finish that James Hardie has said, this is the best practice. This is what's going to ensure that each homeowner gets a 30-year warranty on their product, a 15-year warranty on their Color Plus pre-finished color. This is what is going to ensure peace of mind that the homeowner's largest investment, their home, is properly installed. What does our competition do at times? They don't use James Hardie wrap. They use Tyvek. Why? To save a few dollars. They use a different trim that looks like James Hardie, but is engineered wood, which is wood, which can have termites, which can weather, which doesn't have a 30-year warranty. Again, why? Because they're looking to cut a corner to save a dollar. We believe in doing it right and doing it once. So we follow the James Hardie system. We use Color Plus, a pre-finished material from the largest manufacturer in the world. Why? Because it comes with an amazing 15-year manufacturer warranty. That's what separates us from the competition. We do it right, we do it the first time, and we listen. And we do not cut corners. When we finish a home, customers fall in love. Why? Because their house looks brand new. It looks like a home that was just built. However, similar to this house here, it still keeps the character. This is James Hardy shiplap siding. These are Anderson windows, but it still keeps the character of a craftsman with a little bit of a modern flair. So people come home and go, wow, my house looks spectacular. It still works with the neighborhood in which we live in, but it looks new. It looks fresh. And I have peace of mind that I will never have to replace my siding again. Peace of mind knowing that for 15 years, I don't need to paint these walls again. Peace of mind in knowing I'm not going to have termites. I'm not going to have dry rot. So it's beyond the benefits and values of the aesthetics, which are spectacular. Is equally as important, peace of mind. I don't need to paint again for 15 plus years. I don't have to worry about water getting inside my home. I don't need to worry about mold and mildew and termites and dry rot. So people come home to a beautiful home, but they also come home to peace of mind and allowing themselves to sleep easy.